Yippee! It's Good Friday. Um, a quick response to Alan, Static Traveller. Just thought I'd show this. Symphony. Probably 1930s sheet music. Colours washed out here. It's a miracle I've even got the internet on. If there's ever any sort of rain or thunder about here, you're in deep trouble. Yeah, symphony. I just love that sort of Art Deco look, and the latest popular edition published by request from thousands of music lovers. Talk about, oh, okay then, why not millions? Um, Words by Andre Tabet and Roger Bernstein, English words by Jack Lawrence, but music by Alston, and for some reason that rings a bell. I love those people that call themselves a name. It's not like Jim Alston or Fred. Maybe his real name is Alan Stone. He just shortened it to Alstone. Yeah. Anyway, that's not what it's about. Great vid, Alan. Fantastic, mate. I went through a pile of cassettes yesterday, and they're all absolute garbage. And I'm very dubious about buying second-hand cassettes too, because if they've been, they get that build-up of was it nitrous, the oxide build-up. They could dirty your heads. I don't very, yeah. Used to have this wonderful product back in the day. I've made thousands of tapes for people over the years. Really went to a lot of trouble too. Used to, do the covers and I put a lot of work and love into them. But they used to have these wonderful little tabs that you could put in the cassette. Sorry, I'm back again. This is a cassette I made of Mono Sergeant Pepper and Mono Axis Bowler's Love, so I don't wear out my vinyl. And yes, and like you, Alan, I was a TDK man too. TDK, they are definitely the best. I went through all those stages, the metal cassettes, all that, but I just found TDK. This is just your normal one. It's not a posh one. Just a B90. They just sound great. Definitely the best, in my opinion. But what you used to be able to get were these little tabs that you could stick into, the two slots here, and then you run it through, on your player, and when it's finished, you pull these little tab things out, and they just all the oxide that's built up, not on the heads, because I always kept the heads clean. Absolutely fanatical about that. But you get oxide build up or whatever contamination. Especially if you've played it on someone else's cassette and they haven't kept the heads clean or the playback heads clean, and it can pick up all the crap. These little things used to pick up all that oxide, and it was great. You'd pull them out and go, oh wow, it's anyway. Can't get them anymore. Like they just disappeared. Now, the last thing in your video was, yes, I totally understand what you're on about with Townes Van Zandt, though, and I'm on the same level with you as far as country music. I don't mind it. I can even love it if it's 1950s or 1940s, but I can't really, it's just bit like reggae. You got to be really in the mood, or not just reggae, but any type of music in some, you know. But anyway, I'm waffling. It's early. I've been up since 3 o'clock. And yes, I get the Town Van Zandt. I don't get him either. But I recommend this movie. This is a wonderful, wonderful film. Heart-worn highways. Uh, towns featuring the originators of New Country, Towns Van Zandt. Now, Guy Clark is another one people rave about, and he doesn't move me at all. But Towns Van Zandt doesn't move me at all. Rodney Crowell, Steve Earle, Lord help us, John Hyatt, David Allen Coe, and others. Really, none of these people, you know, you could torture me, you know, to the point of death, and I wouldn't buy anything by these artists. But this film is amazing. It's the music's only secondary to the characters. This comes with a fantastic booklet that's got all, you know, it's very beautiful, detailed interviews with the director and Towns Van Zandt, man, he was just a full-blown alcoholic. And people love him, but I find his music totally flat, you know, dead or something. Well, I mean, he's dead, but there was just, it's just so good. If you ever see this DVD or Blu-ray or whatever you do, I can highly recommend this. It is it is amazing. Even if you have no interest in country music, especially new country, God help us, but it's not so much the music. The music's good in parts, and some parts. I think it might be there's one guy on here, and it's and it says and others. So I don't know what his name is, but he steals the show. It's just some bloke that had one minor hit in the south somewhere, white guy, and he just sort of nails it, you know. But the great thing about this movie is, see this old black gentleman there, and that's Towns Van Zandt, and it's just him. One of the one of the highlights of the film's Towns Van Zandt sitting in his kitchen, just playing some tunes, and they don't move me in any way, in shape or form. And yet his neighbour, this wonderful old fellow, Uncle somebody or other, who's a blacksmith by trade, he's in tears listening to it, and I'm just going, my God, what am I missing here? Well, why aren't I feeling that sort of emotion? This guy's just too much of a smart ass for me. You know, I like my country to be pretty hokey, you know, like, you know, 16 tons and all that sort of stuff, or mule train. I don't know. They're trying to be too intellectual. I think that's the problem. I see. I don't like the International Submarine Band. I don't like any of that stuff. I hate Crosby, Stills, and Nash, even though it's not country. About the only new country I could stomach was Neil Young. You know, after the gold rush and harvest. Now that is new country, some of that, and he could pull it off. But anyway, it's turning out into too long a thing, and so all I say is, if you see this, I highly recommend it. Even if you don't care for the music, they are all characters, and there are so many characters in this film. It is beautifully shot. It's done with great love. It won many awards, you know, probably back in the 80s or something. I can't read it. But I think I saw this at the pictures, at the movies. I'm pretty sure I did. I just wish I could know who that guy was. He's in there, but anyway, that's enough. It's gone to nearly 10 minutes. Good on you, Alan. Keep them coming, mate. And, you know, you're the best.